In recent years, our people have also faced some of our toughest challenges. And I've been inspired by the courage and resilience of Californians, health workers, teachers, parents, and kids.
A local gardener is viciously assaulted by a suspected transient, and the attack is captured on surveillance video.
What's up, everybody? This is Mike. Today we're going to look at this video coming out of Los Angeles, the Brentwood district to be more specific. This is one of the wildest videos I've seen in a long time, not because I'm shocked by it at this point, but because where it's happening. If anybody out there is watching this video, Brentwood is one of the most affluent neighborhoods you can possibly live in California, in Southern California, especially if you're talking about Cheviot Hills, Brentwood, Pacific Palisades. These are basically the creme de la creme of Southern California neighborhoods. And this is just a really incredible story where it basically shows me the apathy in Los Angeles. It also exemplifies the complete arrogance and the entitlement we have as Californians. This is an incredible story, first and foremost, because this man who was doing his job as a landscaper was attacked by a squatter. Now, mind you, I don't know if I can use this word because the Democratic Party likes to talk in semantics. This man, in my opinion, is just homeless and on drugs and crazy and mentally ill. But in California, we could just say he's unhoused. This landscaper was basically attacked by a squatter because he was doing his job and making too much noise.
With an attack on a gardener beaten by a man in a Brentwood neighborhood.
Neighbors tell KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen that they recognize the attacker. They say he's been squatting in an abandoned home nearby for months.
Go back. You too. Hey.
Security video captured this violent confrontation at about 7:30 Monday morning. Gardener Rodolfo Roman says he was trimming some hedges in a Brentwood alley when a man attacked him.
My head is like...
Roman has about 8 staples in his head, his jeans covered in blood, and his arm is in a sling.
Right here is broken.
Neighbors say the same man has been squatting at this abandoned home nearby for about a year.
He has threatened to kill me before. He knows who I am.
He's been squatting in a house for over a year. That's California. That is California. You can't get anything done in California. Somehow everybody has rights. That's crazy. I mean, I've seen so many stories across the United States. I'm not saying this couldn't happen in other countries, but doesn't it have the vibe of third world? LA has a third world country vibe. And I don't know if that's inclusiveness. Maybe people want to get these third world vibes, but that's definitely something I think I would observe in an undeveloped country.
He chases me down this alley before.
Sean Heffron says this cell phone video was nearby for about a year.
He has threatened to kill me before. He knows who I am. He chases me down this alley before.
Sean Heffron says this cell phone video was taken from inside the property. He had to jump over the fence to put out a fire last week. He and other neighbors have made repeated calls to the LAPD and the LA City Department of Building and Safety.
We've been documenting this. We've been sending reports to LAPD. We've been calling 911. I filed a report with LADVS. I filed 2.
I know this man's pain. I don't know what it is with the bureaucracy in Los Angeles and California. Adam Carolla has talked about it many times on this show. I've lived through it many times. I had to do so many things to get any response from LAPD to the point where I actually had to lie and say somebody had basically set a shrub fire to get any response. So this man's being chased. He's filling out reports. They do all these things. They make you jump to these hoops, and they tell you to go through these different protocols, and then you actually do it, and you still don't get a response. So I understand this man's frustration. He's like living in a prison.
They know, and nothing has happened.
The LAPD says it's had 5 radio calls at the location since March for trespass suspects. Officers walked the people off the property and warned them not to come back. Officers have also advised neighbors to get a trespass order.
That's where I'm at. I hear you every morning, dog.
Braden Ewell says this video is tough because Roman is his gardener.
He's been with us a long time, and he's just such a hard worker and just such a gentle giant.
As for Roman, he says he won't go back to the alley alone anytime soon.
I'm a little scared. Go to the alley and no more go to.
Neighbors say this property has been
What did he say? What did this man say?
A little scared. Go to the alley and no more go to.
Neighbors say this property has been abandoned for about a decade. They have.
He should avoid going to this job. He should look out for ICE. I'm not saying he's illegal, but he should be careful. Man.
Have pleaded with the owner to do something about it. We have reached out to her for comment, but haven't heard back.
Yeah, Sharon, Micah, neighbors are frustrated and fed up. They say the growing homeless population in this area has become extreme, and they say this shouldn't have ever happened. Station caught on camera.
That's problem. I hear you every morning, dog.
The nearby transient is complaining about the noise. The gardener tries telling him to leave.
I don't give a about the police. Okay?
Moments later, that's when the man violently begins beating him.
Yeah, very scared because my legs is shaking.
Rodolfo Roman recounting the crazy encounter.
Attacking to me, I'm going to down to the floor, and I'm the second shot to me. I'm putting my head like that.
Hits him as hard as he can, and he hits him while he's down, and he hit him without conscious, and he hit him full strength.
Sean Heffron says he's living next door to neighbors from hell. The owner abandoned the.
That's the apathy for you. They basically, in Los Angeles, you've gotten used to such poor leadership and such bad behavior, you've just become apathetic. You know, it's okay to have a neighbor from hell next door. No protests. They're so busy protesting things like No King's Day and ICE raids and stuff like that. Here you have a man living in Brentwood, one of the most affluent districts in Los Angeles, and he can't get any help. So it tells me it doesn't matter anymore. If you live in LA, even people that live in upper echelon districts, they used to get priority. But I can see that's all gone out of the window in LA.
Properties after one burned down 10 years ago, and now it's home to vagrants.
And this has been a living nightmare.
And he's not alone.
This was my worst nightmare, what happened this morning. I was hoping it wasn't going to get to that. You know, we've spoken to that landowner multiple times.
Braden Yule says he could hear his gardener screaming.
Extremely upset. You know, our gardener who comes every week, the most beautiful guy in the world, down the side there, and he was just covered in blood.
The issue with the property has been going on for years and escalating in the past couple of months.
You know, the police have been called multiple times. There was a fire here last week that the fire department had to come and put out.
Fires, squatters, attacks. You can't do anything. Now, mind you, I don't know if this is Brentwood. Maybe it looks more like West Los Angeles because this is like a McMansion. And then right here, you just have a very typical home. This looks like Mar Vista, but maybe they've done some redistricting. But it doesn't have Brentwood vibes. That doesn't look like a Brentwood home. That looks like more like West LA.
He's even offered to buy the vacant properties, but to no avail. He says the owner won't budge.
I've got two young kids. I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we're just scared. Scared for.
Think about what he just said. Think about what he just said. Let's rewind that for a second.
He's even offered to buy the vacant properties, but to no avail. He says the owner won't budge.
He's willing to buy the properties to create a solution. Think about the apathy. He can't get any results from the LA leadership, from the LA board of directors, from Karen Bass, from whoever the leader is of this particular district. His solution is, I have to buy the properties to fix it. That's the apathy. That also is entangled with arrogance. Like, hey, maybe if I just offer to buy the property, like it's going to fix the problem. Like if he buys the property, somehow things are going to get better. He doesn't. That's the apathy. The solution for rich liberals is to buy it. You don't really fix the problem. You just buy your way out of it. And somehow that magic, that silver bullet is going to fix the problem. What's this guy going to do different? He's going to build some houses. He's going to build some property. What do you think he's going to do differently that hasn't been done already?
I've got 2 young kids. I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we're just scared for the neighbourhood. This guy's violent, he's mentally ill, and he needs to be taken off the streets.
This man lives in the neighborhood. They know who he is. He just attacked a man where he has staples in his head and a broken hand, broken arm. He's not going to jail for attack? Assault and attack? Attack with a deadly weapon? He's beating him upside the head with a pipe or a wooden stick, and no arrest, and you know where the man is? Crazy. That's insane.
To get back to work.
Complicated, yes. I think it's complicated for me, this problem here.
No offense, but I think that guy should be looking out for ICE. Maybe being attacked was one of the best things that could happen to him right now. Get off the streets, man. I don't know if that man's legal.
And neighbors say that they've tried everything. They've contacted the LAPD by phone, by email, DHS, City Council, and they say nothing has been done. I also reached out to the property owner, and I haven't heard back from her.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm not saying California residents are getting what they deserve, but they're definitely getting what they're voted for. This is really a crazy story to me, not because I haven't seen it before, because I've lived this firsthand. I used to live in Monterey Hills, a really close LA district, it was a district close to South Pasadena. My local congressman at the time, Jose Huizar, subsequently, after I moved out, was in prison for corruption. So it basically tells me what type of ship he was running. I can see these people right now in Brentwood completely have their hands tied. They can't do anything about it. I think that's just because the state is ran by Democrat leadership. I don't know what they do moving forward. I don't know why Democrats are so stubborn where they want to live under this type of atmosphere where, people are so entitled and emboldened where they feel like the apathy, I think, is the most striking to me, where people just feel like, hey, people should be protesting at this point. When I look at people have problems in their respective districts, I'm shocked. Between this congressperson and Mike Bonin in the past, I'm surprised people just haven't taken to the streets and protested. So Californians, people of West LA, I think LA people in general, people of LA who live in LA, unfortunately, you need to try on a new pair of shoes. You need to try on a new pair of jeans. Maybe those Levi's you've been wearing for a long time. Maybe it's time to put on some Lees, some Wranglers. I don't really know what you people need to do in Los Angeles, but you can't be happy with this. And although I know California is a really beautiful state, I think it's one of the most beautiful states in terms of nature, basically in the whole country. I think also the Pacific Northwest is really beautiful. But when we look at the leadership from top to bottom, I just think it's doing a huge disservice to the residents of California, of Los Angeles to be specific. And I just think people in LA just deserve so much better. I think people in California tolerate a lot. Taxes, gas prices. I don't know why people in California still feel to be beholden to the Democratic Party. I don't know what's happening to them. But unfortunately, we can see, I don't think there will be an end to this anytime soon. So I wish those people of this neighborhood good luck. Anyway, this is Mike. Let me know what you think about my commentary. Leave a comment, as always, in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like it. If you like my channel, I would highly recommend my channel to you. Share the channel, share the video. It will help me grow my YouTube channel, my YouTube community here. Until the next one, this is Mike. Peace.
As your governor, I promise you, whatever challenges come our way, I will always lead the California way, based on compassion, common sense, telling the truth, following science, treasuring our diversity, defending our democracy, protecting our planet, and always planting seeds for the future.